Hello and welcome to February and your circus guide. This is half-term month, and so the bumper crop of big tops are going to suddenly spring out, and every half-term seems to be in a different time around the country where you go. So I'll put the links below and you can see, which are the exact dates for your shows. But if we start in my hometown where I grew up, the Circus Wonderland are in the car boot site at Titchfield, and they are opening up for half term before moving on to Southampton and then to Walton-on-Thames. We've also got then Santa Circus in Gravesend, and then they will be moving on to Crawley. Fantasia are in Brent Cross, and we'll come back to London later because there's always a whole load of stuff going on in London. But as far as big tops go, we've also got Circus Zaire, who are starting off in Kent, somewhere between Tunbridge and Maidstone, before they move up to the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in the West Midlands. Circus Mondeo are in Swinehead. And the Gandhi Circus are in Aintree Racecourse, and they're actually there for a couple of weeks from the 9th to 25th with what they're calling the Greatest Showmen Tour, which is a really nice drawing on both Barnum, we've got the big movie out at the moment, but also Philip Astley and the 250th Circus Anniversary celebrations. Circus Fantasia, I always get these mixed up. Fantasia is in London, Fantasia is in Wythenshawe in Manchester. Big Kid Circus are in New Brighton. Planet Circus open up in Cleethorpes on the 10th, and then they're moving to Doncaster from the 23rd. In Thirsk, the Netherlands National Circus are going to be opening their doors, or their curtains, their canvas, on the 9th. And then they're moving on to Hartlepool from the 13th to the 18th. And keeping on the way up, Corbridge has got Let's Circus with their Magpie tent from the 10th. And although that might be it for the tents, we'll just keep our way up north and we'll come to Edinburgh, and they've got a brand new circus cabaret called Circulation, which starts this month on the 9th of February. And I'm doing a talk at the university on the 22nd, so let me know if you want details about that. We'll hop over the sea, and in Belfast, there's the Belfast Juggling Funvention, which I think is like a convention, only funner. And that is there from the 15th to the 18th. And just a little diversion, in Bath, there's a one-day juggling convention called the Bath Upchuck, which is on the 17th. And I just discovered that because there's a brilliant listings website called Juggling Edge, which goes through a whole bunch of juggling conventions, circusy get-togethers around the world really, Europe, USA. So I'll put that link below with all the others, and check that out if you want to take part. And carrying on back then with our events for the UK, Leeds, the City Library is doing a month of circus-themed events. They've got an exhibition that opens on the 3rd. They are running a Big Top Trail, or I think it's called Big Top Leeds, which has been put together by circus historian Steve Ward, who wrote these brilliant books, Sawdust Sisterhood, and he's doing one on Philip Astley now. And that will take you around sites of mostly 19th century circuses. There's more than 10 in the inner city of Leeds alone. There's also a talk at the library from Brecky Truman on the 18th. She was the founder of Skinning the Cat, which is an all-female contemporary circus troupe that was one of the leaders in the UK experimental circus field back in the 90s, I suppose. Moving down again from Leeds, Rotherham has got a one-day only circus show in their Civic Hall, which is a Bippo Circus Spectacular on the 11th. The UK premiere of Spring, which is the new Gandini juggling show, will be taking place at Cambridge Junction from the 7th and the 8th. And if we come back over west, Cardiff has got a Scratch Night hosted by Upside Down Circus, which is on the 10th. It's called Scratch This, loved up, so I guess it's some kind of Valentine's Day theme. And then down over the water into Bristol, there's the annual Albany Centre Circus Cabaret fundraising event, which raises money for the Albany Centre, and that's on the 16th and the 17th. You also get a chance to see a new work in progress from the Invisible Circus on the 2nd, which is at their Loco Club venue as part of the Ferment Festival. The 2nd is the final day that you can see the Circa Media third year's production, which is their devised show called Cut the Mustard. I went to see it a couple of weeks ago and I had a really fun time. It's at the Point in Eastleigh on the 2nd, so if you do get a chance to see that, it's well recommended. And the Point is also hosting a new juggling theatre show called Gibbon from Jose Triguero and Chris Patfield. I don't really know much about it, so I suggest you click on the link. There are other tours, of course. Motion House have got a new show called Charge, it's acrobatic dance. That's going to be in Chester on the 6th and in Swansea on the 9th. Cirque Berserk are touring around the capital cities of England, Scotland and Ireland this month, the beginning of their tour. Cirque du Hilarious, top and tail, a little tour with Butlins in Minehead at the beginning of the month and Skegness at the end. And in between they are visiting King's Lynn, Great Yarmouth, Hippodrome and Swansea. There's acrobatic dance theatre from Nikki and JD. Again, this is not a show I've seen, but from the trailers and the impression that I get of their work, I think that's probably the best way to describe it. It's called Knot, and they're going to be at Dada in Derby on the 10th, and the Lowry on the 14th, and Warwick Arts Centre on the 19th and 20th, and then at Lincoln's Terry O'Toole Centre on the 28th. And I think that's the first time I've noticed that venue come up in one of our circus listings guides, so it's nice to know that new venues are taking a risk and bringing in circus work to their programming. And as tours go, of course, Circus of Horrors are relentless and they're popping up their one-night stands all over the country as usual, so their website is also in the list. And then I said we'd come back to London, didn't I? I need to take a breath. Whew! In London, we've got some long runners who are here for the whole month. OVO, Cirque du Soleil at the Royal Albert Hall. Becoming Shades, which is a Chivalry Circus promenade show as part of the Vault Festival. Also really enjoyed that this month, so check out my review if you will. What else is on in London? Oh yeah, the musical Barnum is at the Menier Chocolate Factory. So this is the one that has starred Michael Crawford in the past, and who did I see doing it? Brian Conley, I think I saw. And that, as well as, of course, The Greatest Showman, which is at cinemas still. They're both semi-fictional, semi-biographical stories based on P.T. Barnum's life. Not entirely accurate, but we love the stories, don't we? So that's those. And the Resolution Dance Festival that's held at the Place has got triple bills of work over their programme, and 3 of those also include Circus, so you can check out those listings. I think that might be it for my London, except I do want to leave you with this beautiful trailer that I've just come across for a short film. It's a family film. It's going as part of a double bill with the Aardman Animations Early Man. It's going to be at the Rio Cinema in Dalston. I'm trying to wrap my brains to remember there. And it's called Mirette. And it's Tightwire children's fiction. It's over half term. I really hope I get a chance to get up to London to see it because it looks beautiful, so enjoy.
A long time ago in Paris, where theaters and music halls drew traveling players from all over the world, the best place to stay was a boarding house run by old Vido Gatto. Acrobats, jugglers, actors and clowns came together here to celebrate life.
Harold!
Niagara Falls. Yes. The greatest wire walk of them all.
Dear little girl, not born for life as a kitchen maid.
People of Paris, you are about to witnessing the event of a lifetime.
You take your chances, Miranda. Chances don't come that often.